Magazine, the DC scene. Y'all know me as Big Leo, aka Montana, aka the One Man Gang, and it's about to be one of the best interviews y'all ever seen right here on the DC scene, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm right here with my man. Y'all know him, my man Wali, aka Big Wax from the Circle Boys, and we greet each other with the greetings of peace. Assalamu alaikum, homie.
Alaikum salam, wa salam, better catch it.
Yes, sir, yes, sir. So I'm gonna jump right into it, man. My panel, they want to know when did you become Muslim, man, and how did you even enter into the deen of Al-Islam, bro?
Well, I became Muslim in 1993. Where, you know, it was an elementary stage where I didn't really know too much about Islam. I just really did it where I was telling people I wouldn't even get started like that. But then when I caught my first case when I was 18 years old, and I wound up over DC jail and, you know, Lawton and things like that, I was just soul searching myself, trying to figure out, you know, what my purpose was. Because I was, you know, 18 years old, facing 30 years of life, so on a conspiracy charge. So I was more so just really soul searching myself. And as I was doing it, I was studying the Bible, studying the Quran, a little bit of the Torah, everything. And what made more logical sense to me, you know, Allah gave me the mercy and put it in my heart, and I took Shahada.
Alhamdulillah, Allahu Akbar, that means Allah is the greatest, and this is my Muslim brother, and that's for life. The next question is, why do you think the great contribution of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is, for the most part, is shunned by the younger generation of Muslims today, even though for most of us know that, you know, our fathers, if it weren't for Elijah Muhammad, we wouldn't know nothing about this deen. Go ahead and expand on that for me.
And I concur with what your father was saying. But see, today, you know, the Muslim today, a lot of them are so new in the deen, so young in the deen, is that they naive about a lot of things, and you know, they get perceptions and stuff. Now, technically, the beliefs, some of the beliefs that Elijah Muhammad had, Elijah Muhammad, are contradictory to you know, the Quran and the Sunnah. But you got to go back to that time and study the time periods of what we was going through as a black community. Brother was trying to do was he was trying to uplift us as a people and as a race, and he used that by Islam, right? And his understanding of Islam, he raised the nation. You see what I'm saying? So he raised the nation out of his understanding of Islam. Now today, you know, we're a little bit more advanced where we communicate with the scholars ourselves and we do things like that, and we get, you know, we get it right from the, you know, the horse's mouth. So now it's like, people like, well, shunning it out, like, you know, that's not Islam and this and that, but you can't do that because you gotta, because that's a part of history, and he accomplished a lot. And because of this day, you have a lot of prominent black people in our community that walk around with pride and respect, and, you know, and they're successful because of the teachings of Elijah Muhammad.
So basically what we're saying is we pray for forgiveness for our fathers and our teachers, man. You know what I'm saying? And the next question I got from my brother here, man, is I want him to give us a little bit of background on Big Wax, the Circle Boys, and when did y'all form as a group? As you know, we in the circle right now around the Lincoln Heights, you know what I'm saying?
We formed back in 1997, and it started off with me and two other guys, Julio and Big Dude. And then from there it went on to, you know, we grew and grew, but it was all right here in this neighborhood.
Look, got that glizzy with that leg, yeah, I'm low. A nigga perfume bust his head, yeah, I'm low. You out here working with them feds, that ain't low. That ain't low, nah, that ain't low. Got that glizzy with that leg, yeah, I'm low. A nigga perfume bust his head, yeah, I'm low. You out here working with them feds, that ain't low. That ain't low, nah, that ain't low. Quinine, iced tall. Yep, I got them bundles all. Her next to Kim was Mexican. He pitched to me, I got my men. With that money came power. Every day was 40,000. Only hustle for 2 hours. Posted up in public housing. Shut the city down. Soft white, hard brown. Every day was Georgetown. Prada, you go boss down. Yep, it's that circle movement. Yep, purple clouds hewing. Copped $1 million house. Call it home improvement. Lay that gun game down, niggas say that. Wax, Lil Larry, Polo Pet, not say Jack. Side told me big wax, nigga bring that edge back. Push them niggas head back, make them lay that pussy way back. Got that glizzy with that leg, yeah, I'm low. A nigga perk, you bust his head, yeah, I'm low. You out here working with them feds, that ain't low. That ain't low, nah, that ain't low. Got that glizzy with that leg, yeah, I'm low. A nigga perk, you bust his head, yeah, I'm low. You out here working with them feds, that ain't low. That ain't low.
During that time, I think the only people that was doing something before us was Section 8 Mob, and that's pretty much it. So we came right behind Section 8 Mob.
I mean, we was heavy down in Atlanta, man. The Circle Boys was bigger moves down Texas, man. I remember it like it was yesterday, man. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to ask you a little bit about the, the elevation from, the Circle Boys back in the days. And I know you was heavy in the streets, all this, that, and the other. So right now, man, you a real community activist, brother. Out here on the political scene, COO of the Piece of Harlots. So I want to know, man, what's going on with the political scene with you right now, my brother?
Well, I'm an activist because what happened was I made a transition for myself. I realized, back in the day I was mixing apples and oranges because I was in the streets trying to do my music, pushing through the street. And it was pretty much like oil and water because you get arrested, you catch a case, everything you work so hard for and all the momentum you build, you just wipe right away because when you come home you start from zero, and that happened to me twice. During that period, I always, anytime I'm incarcerated or a setback to me ain't nothing but a setup or a come up. So every time I get a setback in life, I always start off at ground zero, research myself and start all over. And as me doing that, I was trying to figure out, what was blocking my blessings from coming in. And one of the things was doing what I was doing out in the streets. So when I came home in 2002 from the feds. This was after we put our first album out because the album was selling in stores. I was locked up. So when I came home, I bumped into brother Jahar Abraham, and I met him through my daughter was going to a charter school, and I had an artist from right up on the hill, Rap Night, and Rap Night was one of my artists, him and Lil Cat Reed. And I started them off as a group called the Young Bucks. By me going to the feds, Jahar started working with them. Took them on a Sprite tour with Jay-Z, had them up there with Puffy, they was everywhere, right? Performed with Bow Wow at the All-Star War. And, I'm hearing all this while I'm locked up, so, the whole time I'm like, who this brother they working with? And they telling him about me and telling me about him. So naturally, when I came home to the halfway house, he came and got me out the halfway house. And he took me up to this school, the Village Learning Center. And he told me that he heard that I had a lot of influence over the youngins around, in Ward 7 or whatever. And I was like, I did, but it wasn't the right influence. So he told me that if I would take that and turn it into a positive and help him with his movement, he would help me with my music. And I told him deal. So first thing I did was volunteered up at the charter school on the lunchtime because they had a lot of fights going on. There was so many different, because everybody that was in the charter school was kicked out of all the public schools. So it was the worst of the worst. It was different crews. I left the village. Big shout out to everybody in the village. Yeah, so they was rumbling each other, and I came and I, pretty much had their attention at lunchtime because all of them had my first album. They was really excited about me being there. So the principal liked what I was doing, and she wanted to hire me. And at that time, I needed a job, being in the house. A lot of our youth and a lot of our people don't understand that. Like a lot of people wanted to vote Fenty out because he wasn't coming around in the hoods and shaking hands and eating chicken with us and watermelon. But then at the end of the day, the stuff that he was doing was beneficial to us in our community.
sir.
They wanted to vote him out because they said he was arrogant. That's not what's important to us. What's important to us is the rec centers he put up, the libraries that he put up, the schools that he remodeled, from Kelly Miller to Worcester.
Especially
all around the city, Wali and everything. He remodeled the most stuff in Wali. So I'm looking at this guy, and and I'm like, I'm gonna get behind him, not because I like every decision that he make, but the stuff that he does affect that he doing that's right, like Project Empowerment, that's affecting us directly. You know what I'm saying? So now when this thing came in with Vince Gray, and I knew him from being chairman, and I knew him as a chairman, he really wasn't interested or was never in the community. Like that's why people really voted for him, because they didn't know him. They just wanted something new. They wanted to change. They really didn't know Finney, so they voted for him. But as a chairman, they should know, because you should be out here too. But I realized, so I asked him a question, what you done, around the city. Last 8 years you've been in office. You've been council member, you've been chairman, all this stuff. Only thing he can say was the Covenant House, and the Covenant House is just one spot over in Southeast, and you the chairman, you the second highest powerful dude in the city, and the only thing you can tell me is that. They haven't figured out how they're going to do it, right? But my thing is, like, certain stuff you can't just cut. You have to already have it in place, in motion, before you can bring it. Like, whatever this is new he bringing, that's like a pilot project to me. You testing that.
Right.
I know personally that a lot of dudes from the penitentiary and from the field that I know that come home, I had a straight direct outlet. I sent them straight to Project Empowerment. To this day, they at DPW, the trash company, Pepco, they in the government. They all over the place. They came home and did something different because of Project Empowerment, so he cut that without a plan. And then they talking about letting some people run it. They not even ex-offenders. They were COs. And without any plan, cutting welfare without any plan already in place. I don't agree with all of the aspects of welfare, because I want my people to rise
up from that.
Just like, I want us to rise up from that. So I don't agree wholeheartedly.
Real talk, man. This is real conversation that need to be had, man. And back to the serious of the matter, man. What advice you got for these young ox, little brothers coming up in the streets, man? You know what I'm saying? That's falling for the same traps we fell for, and that's hitting these pins real heavy, man. How can they avoid the penitentiary, my brother?
Well, first of all, if they take this deem serious, right, and really look at the aspects and the obligations that we have as Muslim, right, and really start implementing it to their life, because like. I know the young brother that pretty much, that Allah used as a vessel for the young brothers. His name Block, Brian Mayhew, from around Central City. He be home this summer, and started down Oak Hill. While you see so many young Muslims right now, he started off with 3 and 4 brothers. Little brother built the Ummah down there, Allahu Akbar, he built the Ummah down there, and the Ummah that he built down Oak Hill consisted of all of the leaders, all of the young people that was looked up to in all these different neighborhoods. So when they came home, and this was like a year and a half ago, when they came home, they was, Muslim, Salam Alaikum, except for the brotherhood, the sacred blood, you can't hit a Muslim, you can't do this to a Muslim, you can't kill a Muslim, right? But what they're doing is they geographical, but they only doing it in their neighborhood. What they gotta understand is, man, we the vice custodians of the earth, not just no one neighborhood. We can't be, so if a Muslim from another neighborhood, and they feel like he faking, or they got some differences, they think it's all right to kill him. It's not. See what I'm saying?
Penalty.
You're harming your own soul, and you don't wind up in the hellfire for stuff like that. And if they really, that's the solution for what's going on right now in these streets with these young ones.
You talking about Islam?
The solution is Islam. The solution is Islam. You know what I mean? That's why you look at the Peace of Hall, look at the name, peace. You see what I'm saying? Islam. What does Islam mean? You see what I'm saying? Right, peace. Muslim means submit your will to Allah. So at the end of the day, this is why the Peace of Hall was so successful, because they promoting peace. In Islam, that's what you're doing. You're promoting peace. When you say Assalamu Alaikum, you wishing the brother, you asking Allah to bring that brother peace between him and Allah.
It's a prayer for you and the brother. Just speak it to the brother.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, this is how big it is. So in closing, man, I just want to tell the youngest, man, take this deen serious and really educate yourself, because knowledge is key. Because if you don't have knowledge and you just run around here saying that you're Muslim, and you never get seek the knowledge of the deen, and you can never embrace the real essence of Islam, and it's a beautiful thing.
Hey man, this is my brother Wali, aka Big Wax, Several Boys, Lincoln Heights, Big Lil, aka Montana, aka the One Man Gang, DCDrama Magazine, DC Scene. So we gone, man. Hey man, I feel like I said, this won't be one of the best ones you've seen so far, and they in the hill true to that word, man. So we're gonna check y'all on the next issue. Gone.
Great job, brothers.